Welcome to the DBC podcast. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe and like for more audiobooks. Today we're diving deep into Ichigo Ichie. It's a Japanese philosophy all about cherishing each moment as a once-in-a-lifetime experience, how the world kind of pulls us between, regrets from the past and worries about the future. Well, Ichigo Ichie, it's like an invitation to just hit pause and savor the present and actually find joy in the everyday. The phrase itself, Ichigo Ichie, translates to one time, one meeting, or this moment, once in a lifetime. It urges us to treat every experience as something unique and irreplaceable. Like, think about the Japanese tea ceremony. Every detail, like the placement of the tea bowl or the precise whisking motions, it's all orchestrated to make that gathering a one-of-a-kind event. That's the spirit of Ichigo Ichie. Let's picture a scene. In the heart of Tokyo, imagine you're a man rushing to a meeting, phones buzzing, nonstop anxiety building with each tick of the clock. Your mind's racing with deadlines, missed calls, the potential consequences of being late. But then in the middle of all this chaos, you spot a familiar sight, a street vendor selling takoyaki. And suddenly the weight of the day lifts. As you indulge in this comforting snack, the warmth of the takoyaki in your hands, that savory aroma filling your senses, the explosion of flavor with each bite, it becomes this unexpected moment of pure presence, a brief escape from the worries clouding your mind. That, in essence, is the power of Ichigo Ichie, finding those moments of beauty and significance amidst the chaos of everyday life. And to really understand the depth of this philosophy, we need to go back in time, to 16th century Japan. This is where we meet Senator Rikyu. He's the legendary tea master, and he played a huge role in shaping Ichigo Ichie. Rikyu, he used the phrase Ichigo ni Ichido, meaning one change, one lifetime. To highlight how unique each tea ceremony really is, he believed that no two ceremonies could ever be exactly the same. Even with the same guest, the same host, the subtle variations in the tea, the atmosphere of the room, the conversations, even the moods of the people there, all of it would come together to make each gathering a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Now fast forward to 19th century Japan. We meet Tea Naozuki. He was a prominent political figure, living under constant threat of assassination. For Naozuki, each tea ceremony could potentially be his last. This awareness of his own mortality instilled in him a deep appreciation for the present moment. He approached each ceremony with its sense of urgency and gratitude, savoring it as if it were his final opportunity to experience this cherished ritual. Both Rikyu and Naozuki's stories highlight a fundamental thing about Ichigo Ichie, recognizing and appreciating the impermanence of life. Everything's in a constant state of flux. Our experiences, our relationships, even ourselves. And it's by acknowledging this truth that we can learn to let go of clinging to the past or obsessing over the future. Ichigo Ichie is a powerful reminder that this moment is all we really have. Life isn't a dress rehearsal. It's the main event. Every moment is a unique opportunity to experience its fullness. It challenges us to reconsider how we spend our time and attention. Think about it. How often do we rush through our days, minds consumed by worries or plans, totally missing out on the beauty unfolding right in front of us? How often do we treat our interactions with others as, transactions, failing to appreciate the unique person standing right there in front of us? Ichigo Ichie gently nudges us to just pause, to breathe, and to truly engage with the world around us. It's about savoring the taste of our food, listening intently to the words of a loved one, or even just feeling the warmth of the sun on our skin. These seemingly ordinary moments, when approached with mindfulness, they can become extraordinary. You might be thinking, okay, this all sounds lovely, but how do I actually incorporate Ichigo Ichie into my already hectic life? Well, the good news is, practicing Ichigo Ichie, it doesn't require drastic life changes or lengthy meditation retreats. It's about making subtle shifts in our perspective and our approach to everyday experiences. One of the most effective ways to cultivate Ichigo Ichie is to simply slow down. In our world, speed and efficiency are prized. We've gotten used to rushing through our days, minds always leaping ahead to the next task. But by consciously slowing down our pace, we can create space to appreciate the present. This might involve savoring each bite of food, taking a mindful walk in nature, or even just pausing to observe our surroundings. The key is to resist that urge to rush, and instead embrace a more deliberate pace. Gratitude is another essential ingredient in the Ichigo Ichie recipe. When we cultivate a sense of gratitude, we become more attuned to the blessings in our lives, both the big and the seemingly insignificant moments. Think about it. A smile from a stranger, the warmth of the sun kissing your skin, or a meaningful conversation. That leaves you feeling uplifted. Those are all things to be thankful for. Gratitude. It helps us shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have, nurturing this sense of contentment and genuine kind of joy within us. But Ichigo Ichie goes beyond just slowing down. and expressing gratitude. It also encourages us to engage our senses. We experience the world through, sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. Yet how often do we go through life on autopilot? Our senses dulled by routine and distractions. By consciously engaging our senses, we kind of awaken to the richness of the present moment. This could mean paying attention to, like, the texture of the fabric you're touching, listening to the birds singing outside your window, or savoring the aroma of freshly brewed coffee in your kitchen. When we truly engage our senses, we bring a heightened awareness to our experiences, and we make them more vivid and memorable. Now let's think about relationships. Ichigo Ichie encourages us to view every interaction as if it were a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. This means putting aside distractions, listening with genuine attention, and truly being present with the person right there in front of us, whether it's a conversation with a loved one, a meeting with a colleague, or even just a brief exchange with a stranger. Each interaction has the potential for connection and meaning. By treating each encounter as unique and irreplaceable, we can cultivate deeper relationships and create more meaningful connections. Remember Ichigo Ichie. It's rooted in understanding impermanence, the fleeting nature of life itself. And there's a beautiful concept called mono no aware that captures this essence perfectly. Mono no aware speaks to the bittersweet awareness of the impermanence of things, like that gentle sadness we feel when we recognize that all things must eventually pass. But it's not about dwelling in sorrow. It's about finding beauty in the transient nature of life, appreciating the present moment all the more because we understand it won't last forever. Think about those breathtaking cherry blossoms in full bloom. Beauty is undeniable, yet there's a touch of melancholy, knowing that their peak will fade. This awareness doesn't diminish our enjoyment, though. It actually enhances it. We savor those blossoms all the more, because their time is limited. Ichigo Ichie invites us to apply this same awareness to every part of our lives, to cherish time with loved ones knowing relationships change and evolve, to appreciate our health and vitality, understanding that our bodies are constantly in flux, to find beauty in the everyday, knowing that even the most mundane moments are fleeting. They'll never come again in exactly the same way. By embracing impermanence, we free ourselves from the illusion of permanence. We stop clinging to things that are constantly changing. Instead, we learn to dance with the natural rhythm of life. This doesn't mean we shouldn't make plans or set goals. It simply means we approach them with the understanding that nothing is guaranteed, change is inevitable, and the present moment is all we truly have. Now let's see how Ichigo Ichie can help us navigate the complexities of modern life. In a world filled with distractions, demands, and to-do lists, staying present and appreciating the simple joys can feel like an uphill battle. But Ichigo Ichie offers us a framework for finding peace, meaning, and connection, even amidst the chaos. One of the most effective ways to practice Ichigo Ichie in our daily life is through mindfulness. Mindfulness, it's all about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Noticing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting carried away by them. It's about observing the world around us with curiosity and openness, appreciating the beauty in the ordinary. And the best part is, mindfulness can be practiced in so many ways. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each morning to focus on your breath. Pay attention to the sensations of your body as you move, or even just noticing the sights and sounds around you as you walk down the street. The key is to bring awareness to whatever you're doing, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem. So let's look at a few simple but powerful mindfulness exercises. You can incorporate these into your daily routine. First, we have mindful breathing. Take a moment to find a comfortable seat or lie down. Close your eyes and gently direct your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of your breath as it flows in and out of your body. There's no need to control it, just observe it. And if your mind starts to wander, gently guide it back to your breath. Aim to do this for a few minutes each day. Next, we have mindful walking. As you're walking, pay close attention to the feeling of your feet making contact with the ground, the movement of your body, and the sights and sounds around you. Notice the trees swaying in the breeze, the buildings standing tall, the people passing by, each with their own unique story. Engage your senses fully and appreciate the experience of walking. And then there's mindful eating. Before taking your first bite, pause to appreciate the food in front of you. Notice the colors, the textures, the aromas. As you eat, savor each bite, paying attention to the explosion of flavors and sensations. Minimize distractions like TV or your phone, and just focus on the experience of eating. And finally, we have mindful listening. When someone is talking to you, give them your full attention. Put away those distractions. Listen to their words as if they were precious gems. Observe their body language. Try to understand their perspective. Connect with them on a deeper level. These are just a few examples of how you can bring mindfulness into your everyday life. The key is to find practices that work for you and to incorporate them into your routine in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Now let's focus on how Ichigo Ichie can transform our relationships. This philosophy encourages us to treat every interaction as though it were a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. This means putting aside those distractions, listening attentively, and truly being present with the person standing before us, whether it's a deep conversation with a loved one, a meeting with a colleague, or even just a quick chat with a stranger. Each interaction has the potential for connection and meaning. Imagine greeting your loved ones in the morning as if you were seeing them for the first time. Notice the warmth of their smiles, the familiar sound of their voices, the way they move. Express your appreciation for them being in your life. They are a gift. And during conversations, silence your phone or the TV. Give the person speaking your undivided attention. Listen to their words as if they were a beautiful song. Observe their body language as if it were a dance. And try to see the world from their point of view. And when you're out in the world, acknowledge the people you encounter as fellow travelers. Make eye contact. Offer a genuine smile, maybe even a kind word. Even a hello can brighten someone's day and create a fleeting but beautiful moment of connection. By approaching each interaction with this mindset, we elevate the ordinary to the extraordinary. We transform those routine exchanges into opportunities for connection, appreciation, and joy. Now let's talk about how Ichigo Ichie can help us cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion. It can change our whole outlook on life. When we're filled with gratitude, we focus on all the good things in our lives, both the big and the seemingly insignificant. We appreciate the people around us, the things we experience, and the simple joys that make up our existence. Gratitude has this amazing ability to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have, nurturing a sense of contentment and well-being within us. And the great thing about gratitude is that it's a practice we can develop. It's not something we're born with. It's something we cultivate through effort. So let's explore a few ways to incorporate gratitude into our daily lives. First, try keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, just take a few moments to jot down things you're thankful for. They could be big things, like your health or the love of your family and friends. Or they could be small things, like that perfect cup of coffee you had this morning, or a sunny day that lifts your spirits. Next, make an effort to show appreciation to others. Take the time to thank those special people in your life, those who make a difference, big or small. Write a thank you note, send a text, or just tell them face-to-face how much you appreciate them. And throughout your day, make a conscious effort to notice the good things that happen around you. It might be a stunning sunset, a kind gesture from a stranger, or even just a quiet moment of peace in the middle of a busy day. You could also explore gratitude meditations. There are lots of guided meditations available online that can help you cultivate a sense of gratitude from within. These meditations usually involve focusing on things you're grateful for and letting yourself truly feel the positive emotions that come up. By practicing gratitude regularly, you'll gradually change your perspective. You'll become more aware of the good things and less focused on what's missing. Now let's talk about how Ichigo Ichie can help us embrace our imperfections, those little quirks and flaws that make us human. We live in a world that constantly throws messages of perfection at us, encouraging us to strive for flawlessness in our looks, our achievements, our lives. But Ichigo Ichie gently reminds us that imperfection is part of life. It's woven into the very fabric of our being. In fact, it's often our imperfections that make us unique and interesting and relatable. There's a beautiful art form in Japan called kintsugi, and it illustrates this concept perfectly. Kintsugi is the practice of repairing broken pottery with gold, highlighting the cracks and imperfections instead of hiding them. The idea behind kintsugi is that the broken pieces, they're part of its history, its story, its journey, and they actually make it even more beautiful, more resilient, more worthy of admiration. In the same way, our flaws, our mistakes, our setbacks, they're all part of our unique story. They shape us, teach us, and ultimately make us who we are. Ichigo Ichie encourages us to embrace our imperfections with the same grace and acceptance that we would a piece of kintsugi pottery, to recognize that our flaws don't make us less worthy or less valuable, to let go of the need to be perfect, and instead embrace the beauty of being perfectly imperfect. Now, let's explore how Ichigo Ichie can inspire us to embark on a journey of finding our purpose and living a life filled with meaning. In Japanese culture, there's this beautiful concept called ikigai, and it's closely tied to Ichigo Ichie. Ikigai translates to reason for being. It refers to that sweet spot where your passion, your mission, your profession, and your vocation all come together. It's about finding that thing that gets you excited to start your day with enthusiasm and joy, When we find our ikigai, we discover a purpose and fulfillment that goes beyond just having a job or hobbies. It's about aligning our actions with our values and making a positive impact on the world. And Ichigo Ichie can be like a guiding light on this journey by encouraging us to be present, to pay attention, and to embrace new experiences with open hearts and curious minds. When we're fully engaged in the present moment, we're more likely to see those little synchronicities, those serendipitous moments that whisper, hey, this is the path for you. We're also more likely to connect with people and ideas that inspire us and help us uncover our unique gifts, those talents and passions that make us shine. So let's explore some ways to integrate Ichigo Ichie into your search for Ikigai. First and foremost, take some time to really think about your passions, what truly sets your soul on fire, what activities make you lose track of time, so engrossed that you forget the world around you, what topics pique your interest and make you want to learn more, what skills do you have that you'd love to improve and share with the world. Next, step outside your comfort zone and experiment with new things. Take a class that interests you, join a club that resonates with your values, or even go on an adventure to a new place. You never know where you'll find inspiration. And don't be afraid to connect with people who are already living their ikigai, those who are doing work you admire or living lives that inspire you. Reach out to them. Ask them about their journey, their challenges and triumphs. Their wisdom can light your way and provide valuable insights. Pay attention to those synchronicities, those seemingly random coincidences that sprinkle magic into your life. They often hold clues about your path and can guide you in unexpected but fulfilling directions. And above all, trust your gut. Trust that inner voice that whispers guidance and wisdom. It usually knows what's best for you, even if it doesn't always make sense. By embracing Ichigo Ichie, you open yourself to the chance of discovering your ikigai and living a life that's meaningful and fulfilling, a life that aligns with your true self and has a positive impact on the world. Now, let's talk about how Ichigo Ichie can help us navigate the complexities of relationships and build deeper connections with the people in our lives. Relationships are at the very heart of the human experience. They're what make life so vibrant. But they can also be challenging and complicated. They require effort, understanding, and a willingness to embrace their changing nature. Ichigo Ichie gives us a way to approach relationships with mindfulness, appreciation, and a willingness to embrace their fluidity. One of the most important things about Ichigo Ichie in relationships is presence. Being fully present with the person you're with, heart, mind, and soul. When we're truly present with someone, we let go of distractions. We listen with genuine attention, and we truly see and hear them. We let go of our own thoughts and focus on connecting with them on a deeper level. Imagine having a conversation with someone you love where you're both fully present, like the outside world melts away, and it's just the two of you sharing a space. You're not checking your phone or thinking about what you'll say next, or replaying old arguments. You're just there, listening to their words like a melody, observing their body language like a dance, and feeling the emotions flowing between you. This kind of presence makes a space for intimacy, understanding, and genuine connection. It's in these moments of presence that hearts truly connect. Another key part of Ichigo Ichie in relationships is appreciation. Seeing the beauty and value in the people we share our lives with. When we appreciate someone, we see their unique qualities and how they contribute to our lives. We express gratitude for them being there and acknowledge the ways they enrich our world, making it a brighter and more beautiful place. Appreciation can be shown in many ways, both big and small. It could be a simple thank you for something they did, a genuine compliment that makes their heart sing, a thoughtful gift that shows you care, or simply spending quality time together, creating memories that will last a lifetime. The important thing is to express your appreciation genuinely and regularly. Let the other person know that they're valued, cherished, and an important part of your life. Ichigo Ichie also teaches us to accept that relationships are always changing. Relationships aren't static. They're like a river, constantly flowing, changing, and transforming over time. People change, situations change, and the way people relate to each other naturally shifts as well. Instead of resisting these changes, Ichigo Ichie tells us to go with the flow, to appreciate the different phases of a relationship and find beauty in how it evolves. This means letting go of rigid expectations, being willing to compromise, and adapting to new situations. It also means understanding that relationships don't last forever. Some are meant to be lifelong, while others are there to teach us lessons and then gently fade away, leaving beautiful memories behind. By approaching relationships like this, we stop trying to control them or force them into a specific mold. We let them unfold naturally, appreciating each moment for the unique and precious gift it is. Now, let's explore how Ichigo Ichie can help us find joy and meaning in the everyday. You know, those seemingly ordinary moments that we often miss in our search for happiness, in a world that often values productivity, achievement, and the pursuit of happiness. It's easy to miss the simple things, the small pleasures that make each day special. Ichigo Ichie gently reminds us that we don't need to chase happiness. It's right here, right now, in the present moment, in those everyday things that make up our lives. Think about the small things that bring a smile to your face and warm your heart. A warm cup of tea on a cold morning, a relaxed walk in nature, a good conversation with a friend, getting lost in a book, or savoring a delicious meal. These seemingly ordinary experiences, when we approach them with mindfulness and appreciation, can become extraordinary. They can become filled with a special kind of magic. Ichigo Ichie encourages us to really experience these moments, to pay attention to the details, and appreciate them as if they were happening for the first and only time, because in a way, they are. So let's look at some ways to practice Ichigo Ichie and bring a little magic to your daily life. First, savor your meals. Instead of rushing through them without thinking, take your time to really enjoy the food. Notice the colors, the textures, the smells. Savor each bite, paying attention to the flavors and sensations, as if you were experiencing a symphony of taste. Next, spend some time in nature. Let its beauty wash over you. Take slow walks. Look at the trees reaching for the sky, the flowers blooming in vibrant colors. Listen to the birds singing. Watch the clouds drifting across the sky. Feel the sun on your skin, the breeze whispering in your ear, the ground beneath your feet. Engage all your senses. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures around you. Notice those little details that you usually miss. The subtle things that make each moment special. Connect with loved ones. Spend quality time with the people who matter most to you. Have real conversations. And let them know how much you appreciate them. Create memories that will stay with you. And carve out time for the activities that make you feel alive. Those things that you're truly passionate about. Whether it's painting, writing, dancing, playing music, or anything else. Make time for your passions. By doing these things, you'll start to focus less on chasing happiness and more on appreciating the present. The simple joys that make life beautiful. You'll realize that you don't need to find joy. You can create it by choosing to see the beauty and wonder in the everyday. Now let's explore how Ichigo Ichie can help us live more intentionally, to create a life aligned with our values that leaves a positive impact on the world. In our busy world, it's easy to get caught up in endless to-do lists, deadlines, and obligations. We lose sight of what's truly important, those things that make our hearts sing. Ichigo Ichie invites us to take a pause, to step back from all the busyness, and to really reflect on our lives. Asking those big questions that stir our souls, like, what is my purpose? What am I passionate about? What legacy do I want to leave behind? What impact do I want to have on the world? What story do I want to tell with my life? These questions can seem overwhelming, and there's no single right answer. But Ichigo Ichie can guide us on this journey of self-discovery. It encourages us to be present, to listen to that inner wisdom, and to be open to new experiences with curiosity and an open heart. When we're fully present, we notice those little nudges from the universe, those synchronicities that seem to whisper, hey, this is the way to go. We're also more likely to connect with people and ideas that inspire us and help us discover our unique gifts, those talents and passions that make us shine. So let's look at some ways to find purpose and meaning in your life. Ways to create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling, a life that's true to yourself. First, reconnect with your passions. What really lights you up? What activities make you forget about time? What subjects make you curious and eager to learn more? What skills do you have that you'd love to share with the world? Next, connect with your values. What's really important to you? What do you believe in? What kind of world do you want to live in? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Once you know your values, you can start making choices that reflect them. Choices that feel right and true to yourself. Set goals that inspire you. Goals that are in line with your passions and values. What do you want to accomplish in your life? What mark do you want to leave on the world? Setting goals gives you a direction and keeps you motivated, especially when things get tough. And most importantly, take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start taking steps toward your goals today, even if they're small. Every journey starts with a single step. And over time, those little steps lead to amazing results. As you work toward your goals, remember that challenges are a part of life. They're opportunities for growth and resilience. Embrace those challenges. They're not there to break you, but to make you stronger and wiser. They're chances to learn new skills, build character, and find hidden strengths you didn't know you had. By living with Ichigo Ichie, you empower yourself to have a life filled with purpose, passion, and meaning. A life that feels real, satisfying, and in harmony with your truest self. Now let's talk about how Ichigo Ichie can help us deal with the ever-changing nature of life, with grace, acceptance, and a sense of wonder. Life is a journey of constant change. It's like a dance of impermanence. Relationships evolve, things change, and we ourselves are always growing, learning, and transforming. It's a beautiful and sometimes messy process, full of unexpected turns. Ichigo Ichie teaches us that change isn't something to fear, but to embrace. Fighting change only brings suffering. It encourages us to move with life's natural rhythms, to surrender to the unknown, and to find beauty in each new season, each new chapter. When we hold on tightly to the past or try to control what's going to happen, we miss out on the richness of right now, the only moment we truly have. Ichigo Ichie invites us to let go, to release those attachments, to accept what is, and to trust the unfolding of life, knowing that even when things feel uncertain, there's a wisdom guiding us. So let's look at ways to embrace change with grace, acceptance, and wonder. First and foremost, cultivate mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment without judgment. Notice the changes around you and within you, like the ebb and flow of the tide. Accept things as they are, without resistance, knowing that change is a natural part of life. Let go of those rigid expectations, those ideas of how things should be. Expectations can lead to disappointment when life takes a different course. When we release expectations, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. We allow life to surprise us with its endless creativity. Embrace the idea that everything is always changing. Understand that this is how things are. Relationships transform, circumstances shift, and we're always growing and evolving. See this impermanence as a natural part of life, a dance of beginnings and endings. Find beauty in the transitions, those moments between one chapter and the next. Each stage of life has its own unique beauty, its own lessons to teach, its own gifts to offer. Appreciate the different seasons of your life. Find joy in those transitions, knowing that each one brings you closer to your truest self. And most of all, trust the journey. Life is a winding path full of unexpected turns. Believe that you're right where you're supposed to be, that even when things are uncertain, there's a wisdom guiding you. Trust that life is unfolding perfectly, even when it doesn't feel like it. By embracing Ichigo Ichie, you can navigate change with grace, acceptance, and a deep appreciation for the beauty of each moment. Now let's explore how Ichigo Ichie can inspire us to live with more compassion and kindness, for ourselves and for others, to cultivate a heart that radiates love and understanding. We live in a world that often emphasizes competition, being independent, and looking out for ourselves. It's easy to feel separate from others. But Ichigo Ichie offers a different view. It reminds us that we're all connected. Our lives are intertwined, and our actions have effects that reach far beyond ourselves. Our actions, our words, our thoughts, our energy, they all create ripples that spread out, impacting others and the world around us. Everything we do, no matter how small, can make a difference. It can create a ripple of positivity or negativity. When we understand that we're all connected, we start to feel a responsibility for our actions. We become more aware of how we affect the world around us. We realize that our choices matter. Even small acts of kindness can make a positive difference, and even small acts of harm can have negative effects. So let's explore some ways to cultivate a sense of interconnectedness, to awaken to the beauty and the responsibility that comes with being part of this web of life. First, cultivate gratitude for all the good things in your life, the big and the small. Appreciate the people in your life, those who love you, support you, challenge you, and inspire you, those who make your journey more meaningful. Be grateful for the natural world, the beauty around you, the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, the earth that sustains you. Appreciate those countless blessings that we often take for granted, those gifts that make life precious. Remember that you're not alone. You're a part of something much bigger than yourself. You're part of this vast and interconnected web of life. Engage in acts of service. Offer your time, energy, talents, and resources to make a positive difference. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Donate to organizations doing good work, or simply look for ways to help those around you. A friend, a stranger, or a cause that touches your heart. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can ripple outward, spreading positivity far and wide. Be mindful of what you consume. Understand that your choices as a consumer affect the environment and other people. Choose products that are made ethically and sustainably, products that don't harm the planet or exploit others. Reduce your consumption whenever you can. Choose experiences over possessions. Choose quality over quantity. And choose mindful decisions over impulsive purchases. Remember, every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of world you want to see. Connect with nature. Spend time outdoors. Immerse yourself in its beauty and let its wisdom touch your soul. Go for walks in the woods, hike in the mountains, swim in the ocean, sit by a stream, or just lie on the grass and look up at the clouds. Nature reminds us that we're all connected. It shows us that we're part of a larger ecosystem, a delicate balance of life, and that what we do has consequences that ripple outward, impacting the web of life. by embracing Ichigo Ichie, you gain a deeper understanding